Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Yep, Stacy DeMarco. I already shuffled. Let's go ahead and get right into it, shall we? Shall we? That last one's face down. I wanted to flip it up, but I'm like, yeah. Okay, just 2 oracle cards, it's fine. Now, there's a lot, like, the base of this situation, there's a good feeling between you and somebody else, or at least that's where it started. There was a good feeling, like, you like this person, but it's one of those feelings where you got the Page of Wands. Is that the 3 of Pentacles? Yep, the 3 of Pentacles, and then the Page of Pentacles. You're trying to let this person be who they are. Something about them makes you a little nervous. You're just trying to let them be. You're trying to work with them a little bit. And you're giving it time, kind of like something makes me a little uncomfortable with this person, but I'm going to give it some time to sort out. Maybe it'll shake out a little better. Maybe it's not that big a deal. It's almost like first reaction is kind of like something that just feels like it's a little out of joint. Like I'm touching my nose, I'm noticing. But you like this person. It's just kind of like, something here doesn't fit, or something makes me uncomfortable, something makes me a little nervous. But I'm going to give it time, and maybe this can work in a better direction, or maybe I can give my 2 cents, and maybe that can make things go in a little better way. Now, the other energy, and this is kind of like the environment and the energy you're coming into, so it could be a person plus what's happening at the same time. It seems to be all kind of jumbled together. They communicate quite easily. I want to say, like, the communication, that might be the part, I think that might be a lot of what makes you uncomfortable. Like, things fly out of this person's mouth, at least one person, things fly out of their mouth very easily, very unedited. Maybe kind of like, ooh. They say things that make you a little bit uncomfortable, is what I'm getting. But the 2 of Cups with the Justice here is like, they don't say anything that's not true, but they might be overstepping boundaries and going a little too far with things. Like, one of the things, like, it's almost like when you first meet somebody, and then they it's like a TMI moment. They tell you too much, or like they tell you a little bit about their medical history, and you're just like, I don't know why you're telling me this, and that's a little bit too personal for me. Or they're asking you about certain things about your life, and you're just like, well, that's a little bit much. I don't know you that well. Like, I feel like that's the thing with this person. Like, they make you a little uncomfortable because they're not good with boundaries. They just seem to cross boundaries. And to them, I feel like they don't realize they're crossing these boundaries, but they may be personal boundaries for you, kind of like, I don't like talking about that type of thing with somebody I don't know that well. And it's just kind of like, it's a little much. It's a little much, but the Justice is telling me it's not like they're trying to abuse you. Like, they're flat out on point. It's very technical. It's kind of reminding me like when I was a teenager, and then you would be in school, and then somebody would start a sex talk, but it'd be like with a teacher, and they'd get right to the nuts and bolts of it, and like, well, this, and that, and this is how you should do this, and this is what you gotta watch out for. It was really uncomfortable. It was like not a conversation that was really something you wanted to have, but it had, the Justice is saying it's good information, it's good things for you to know. So it's not bad, and I feel like you're kind of like, well, let me just kind of work with what I've absorbed here. It's really uncomfortable. It seems a little bit over the line. Boundaries do not seem to be observed right now. But you're not offended by the personality. You're offended by kind of the information. It's like crossing a line. Like, you're not thinking this person's out to upset you. You know that that's not the whole thing. It's just how they are, but you're like, this conversation is just a bit much. But the Justice card is saying it's not bad. It's good information to have. It's just uncomfortable, and you don't know this person. In the beginning, you didn't know this person that well to really go there. And it's just kind of like, they went there anyway. And you're just like, ooh, I guess. It's weird, because it's not bad information. It's just kind of like, and you're absorbing it that way. Like, this isn't bad to know, but this is kind of like, this is a lot. Like, Okay, so this is the base of the situation. As time has passed with this person or situation, you get more comfortable with it because that's literally just how either this person or situation works. It's just this, how it started, it's the same. You got used to it. I'm getting you got used to it. It's weird because I feel like there's still very uncomfortable moments because it's just flat out to the point, but you see it coming. And you're like, when this person comes towards you or you're dealing with this situation, you're like, this is going to get raw really fast, and I know it's gonna, but it works out. You see it coming. You're more comfortable because you're expecting it. You're like, yeah, there's going to be uncomfortable things. Whatever. I'm not going to be shocked about that. It's going to be, there's going to be moments like that, but you're like, I see it coming. I can deal with it. Whatever. The thing is, these uncomfortable moments keep happening. And there is a lot of benefit to this connection. Like, you got is that the Knight of Cups? Yeah. So it's like, you're doing good with it, but the thing is, it takes a left turn. The same attitude, the same situation keeps coming, but it seems to become more personal or more directed at you as things keep going forward. And I feel like you're turning the tables a little bit. How are you doing that? Like, this person or situation, it's very direct, and it just seems to cross borders without really caring and just feeling like that's what needs to be done. You seem to be turning the tables back, and you're like, you're seeing something go on over there, and the way this energy's been going, it's kind of like what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and you're opening a conversation that you feel something isn't right, and you're pointing it out, and you're just bringing it full blast right forward. It's very interesting, but I feel like you've dealt with this on the receiving end for so long, you're like, all right, now it's your turn. Now it's your turn, and you're sending that information back. It's not received well. You got the Queen of Pentacles kind of like, you know what, I'm seeing something on the other side I don't think is right. I haven't said anything all this time because I didn't think it was really my business, but this energy constantly comes at me and gets in my business when I don't think they should be getting involved in these certain things. But you know what? Let me return the favor. Just to be fair, there might be a slight bit of aggravation on your side, kind of like, you know what? I've been putting up with this forever. Your turn. I got something to say to you, and then you can see how it feels when it comes towards you. I mean, it's good information when I get it. Here's your turn, and you're giving it back. I feel you giving it back. Now, the Knight of Swords popping in here, the way this energy feels, I feel like you're getting resistance. Literally, the resistance card is popping up between you two. Probably for the majority of you, it's a person. It could be a situation. Just to be fair, I'm trying to stay on the level with that. But when I'm getting, like, they're pushing back and they're trying to make it about you. When I'm getting the Knight of Swords, like, they're arguing back, like saying, no, 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 that's you, that's not me. No, 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 that's you, it's not me. There's a lot of resistance here. A lot of resistance. Like, flat out, that's the card resistance. I think you're figuring out very quickly that this energy likes it. They like to dish it out, but they don't want to take it at all. At all. And I'm feeling you kind of distance yourself from this energy after this. But it seems to be that's the reason this is happening, why this distance is happening, is because you give it back. They can dish it, they can't take it, and they start to avoid you. They start to step away from you. I'm getting like you're okay with that. It's not a complete break. You know, you're not completely going separate ways, but they're backing off. This seems to be making this energy back off, and they're not overstepping your bounds as much. And because now they're realizing you're going to do that back to them, and fair is fair, they didn't seem to think you were going to do that, but now that you are, they don't like it. So now they're kind of avoiding you a little bit. You have the Ten of Cups here. It's not a complete break. Like, you're still connected with this energy, person, situation, whatever it is. But I'm feeling like they're backing off and they're leaving you alone, and they're not crossing borders. They're not going, you know, they're not getting involved or, you know, crossing these lines that they really shouldn't be, is what I'm starting to get. And you're a lot more comfortable with this. When you push back, it gets them to pull back and they stop coming at you. I got to be honest with this energy. While there is good information, and justice is coming forward, like they're telling you the truth, it's on the level, I'm getting like they could back off a bit. their delivery is like they go a little bit too far. Even though it's good information, the justice that came forward in the future is like now it's their turn to feel what it's like to have that information be pushed on them that type of way. They don't like it, so they need to kind of curtail themselves a little bit and realize, you know what, if they don't like it, they shouldn't be doing it to other people. And you're kind of teaching that lesson. You're trying to. At the very least, they're realizing they can't just keep doing this to you without you pulling that energy back towards them every once in a while. It's not really your thing, but every once in a while, you know, and you have something to say, you're like, well, here's your turn. And they don't like it. This is a lesson for them. This is a good thing. This is part of that justice feel. This is a good thing to happen. Going down the road, how is this going to work out for the two of you? I feel like there's more of a boundary. Protection with the Five of Swords. Between the two of you, I see like things seem to be backing off a bit. As things keep going forward, I see like every now and then they start inching towards you again, trying to like push boundaries. And I feel you matching that energy and starting to push back. And like, well, if you're going to cross my line, I'm going to cross your line. And I'm getting protection with the Five of Swords. Like, they seem to be backing off. Like, once they realize you're going to push back on them and give it right back to them, they don't like it, and they seem to leave you alone. Hopefully they're learning. If they don't like it, they shouldn't be doing it. They shouldn't be doing it to other people if they don't like it. I mean, that's a good rule of life, isn't it? If you don't like that, why would you, don't do it to somebody else if you wouldn't want it done to you? Like, isn't that a good rule of life? I think, like, if you don't want that happening to you, if you don't want to be treated that way, don't treat other people that way. This is where that should be going. They should be realizing that. I don't know. It's kind of like, it's like starting a new course and getting a 20 or a 30 on a test. They're learning something. Enough? But it's like, it's almost like, I feel like they keep retaking the test and they're improving their score little by little. Like they get a 20, a 30, a 45, a 52, a 53. Like they're just, it's really like, I don't know. You're helping them figure out like if they don't like this energy, they shouldn't do it to other people. It just seems to keep going this way in the future. I feel like you're less inhibited in the sense of giving it back in the future. I don't see you like really like doing that to people. It's not your thing. I don't really feel like that's your thing. But when it comes to this energy, you're like, oh no, we're gonna nip this in the bud. I'm gonna give that right back to you, and you're gonna back off, and they will. It's almost like you're trying to help them realize, like, don't do that to people if you don't like doing that. If you don't like that done to you, don't do it to people. Don't do it to other people. It's not as bad in the future. It seems like it's better, but like when they do it to you, you give it back. They're slowly learning. You're helping this person is what I'm getting. And I'm feeling you're okay. You got the 10 of Cups. You're okay. You're fine. But that's where this is going. I feel like that's the whole point. That's where this is going. It just seems like as long as you know this person, it's going to keep going like this. It's never going to even out, but they're slowly going to be inching ahead, learning little by little. I feel at first they're realizing that they shouldn't really come at you that way, but then over time they should realize, you know what, they shouldn't come at people that way, period. There's a better way to handle things. One of those energies. Alright, I think we're good. I'm going to shut that down here. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.